Hello kids, Professor Leon is back yet again to educate the young masses on what it means to live in a world full of stupid people. And today we have hypocrites on the agenda. What was one thing a hypocrite said last year that they felt so strong about? We need to listen to black people. We need to amplify black voices. We need more black people speaking on all these different topics. Because while yes, a white man and a white woman have the privilege and the supremacy to give their opinions anywhere in the world and people will understand and they'll listen, a black person has a harder time. So we need to amplify them speaking on these different topics, right? That was the agenda, right? That's what we wanted to do, right? And it sounded like a good idea in theory, right, class? That's right. But you know what the problem was with that, class? Do you know the problem? Was it A, a lot of black people weren't speaking up, or B, you weren't listening to those black people because they were spouting opinions that you didn't like? The answer was B. And you find it weird, class, that there were people who get mad at black individuals who were being amplified, that were spouting opinions that the masses didn't like, that were spouting viewpoints that weren't agreed upon by the individuals who claim that they wanted to hear from more black people. I'm sorry to break this to you, but when you get more people to speak on these different topics, all of them will have different opinions. Sure, you'll have people who will agree. Sure, you'll have people who will somewhat understand, but everyone will not have the same opinion. And I find it odd how individuals get treated based on their different opinions. You'll hear individuals get called a coon or a Republican, or you don't know anything about the black community, even though you're black, and the person saying that is a white teenager. You don't know anything about being black. And I could sit here and lecture you all day long about the hypocrisies of these white teenagers who think that they're grown adults and that they know the world. But instead, I'm going to show you two video clips. The first one is a reaction to an event that took place of a woman and her kids almost getting hurt by some things thrown at them. And the second one, well, we're going to come back to that. Play the first clip.
White supremacy is not the problem. Boys were not the problem. Antifa, Black Bloc are the ones who threw bombs, mortars, and pepper spray at me and my children. My baby girl, 8 years old, nearly was hit in the face with an explosive by white people dressed up in all black, attacking me and my family. It is not the Proud Boys. And you, the city of Portland, and everybody who supports them needs to know this. My black children were almost hit with bombs and mortars. My 9-year-old son was drenched in pepper gas thrown by Antifa. Boy, if Black Lives Matter to you, you better back up.
He's deaf, Gene.
They did not. Yes, they are part of the problem. Yes, they are part of the problem. But you know what? You, and you are the problem. Every single local news station denied my story.
She's angry, she's upset, and she has a right to be. And guess what? The most important thing to these people is that she's a person of color. And that is important to them. They care about those people, right? They care about what they have to say, right? Well, I couldn't tell based on that crowd, but you know what? Maybe that was a little bit too hard. So pop quiz, everybody. I'm going to show you this second clip, and I want you to enjoy this because it's an easy A. This quiz is the easiest quiz I'll give you. Watch this clip and show me where the problem is.
My kids were the ones who Antifa threw bombs and pepper gas at on August 7th.
The black conservative preacher's wife.
Right. Oh, yeah. So because I'm his wife, my kids don't matter?
No, your kids absolutely matter. And
okay,
I think
so
it's
can we
crap
please tell,
that they
can
got
we
hurt.
Please,
but
can we please tell us why?
Nope, I don't
bombs
engage with you or your
Oh, this is classic, guys. Please get this on camera. This is what white liberal women do. They're 1,000 times worse than Karens. Okay? And I want you to pay close attention. The white liberal women will not engage in conversation with me. Why? Because I do not. Oh, because of who my husband is.
Just to be clear.
So I am devalued. So women matter, right? We don't want women to be oppressed. Women matter. But because of who my husband is, I no longer have value. There she goes. There she goes, people.
Did you see it? Did you enjoy it? I'm gonna play the juicy part one more time just for you, just because I care about you and I want you to pass. Don't tell your parents. And I am going to make this easy. Play it again.
The white liberal women will not engage in conversation with me. Why? Because I do not. Because I do not. Because I do not. Oh, because of who my husband is.
Just to be clear.
So I am devalued. So women matter, right? We don't want women to be oppressed. Women matter. But because of who my husband is, I no longer have value. There she goes. There she goes, people.
You see that? You see the dance? You labeled this person bad based on who they sleep with, based on who gave them the wedding ring, based on who they're married to. You'll sit there and devalue them. What kind of backwards ass thinking is that? What kind of backwards ass logic are you hoping to spew to people? That because who they're married to, they don't have the right to speak, they don't have the right to talk about what happened to them and their children, and they're a person of color? How dare you? How dare you? And they're a woman. You don't care about women and people of color? I don't think these are the type of people I want to be around. And it's weird, in all seriousness, it's weird watching people ignore another human being only because of who they're married to. It's not even a differing opinion, because in the beginning of the clip, that woman agreed that what happened to the kids was fucked up.
Right? Oh, so because I'm his wife, my kids don't matter?
No, your kids absolutely matter, and I think
so
it's
can we
crap
please tell,
that they
can
got
we
hurt.
please
And it was, but to sit there and act as if, oh, I don't speak to your kind because of who you're married to. What type of logic is that? You actively sat there and shunned somebody for no reason. You didn't have a reason to do it. You just did it because you felt like it. And oh, by the way, I just like to point out, that was a white woman shunning her.
White supremacy much?
Subscribe to the channel. This has been another class from the doctor, professor, neurologist, chiropractor, pediatrician, Professor Leon, once again educating the masses on what it means to deal with stupid people on the internet. Bye.